So hello everybody, we're going to do lesson 2 of logarithms right now. This is about the properties of logarithms. Okay, so we're going to learn how to use a general formula to combine these two expressions into just one logarithm. Alright, so when I say to condense each expression into a single logarithm, we're going to find out how to use this formula to make that happen. Okay, so if you have a times log base b of x plus c times log base b of y, okay, we have two different logarithmic expressions, okay? Now, you might notice that the base is the same. And if the base is the same, then you can condense these expressions by using this formula that we're going to learn right now, okay? So it's equal to the log base b, the same base that we started with, and now we put a parentheses, and we're going to multiply x and y inside of the parentheses, okay? Now the last thing we have to do is raise x and y to an exponent, and the exponent of x is going to be the letter that's in front of the logarithm. So we're going to take x to the a power, but y is going to go up to the c power, okay? Let's practice using this, okay? Just practice using it. We might not understand why this is true, how it works, okay? Those things will come eventually, all right? We'll study how this is true and why it's true. Right now, I want you guys to practice the mechanics of moving it around because it's not that complicated, okay? It's a little more complicated to understand why this is true than to actually just do it, okay? So let's just do this problem, and we'll talk about it later, about why it's true. So we're going to write log base b, and our base is the same here. We see 8 and 8. So that allows us to condense our expression, okay? So I know we're going to have log base 8 of, what do I multiply? Oh, these numbers right here in the box, the ones that are in front of the logs. So I got to take it to log of 7 times 3, right? And like we said, we have to raise them to an exponent, right? And this x was raised to the a power, and y was raised to the c. So what do I have to bring 7 to a power? I have to bring it to the 3 that's over here. So 7 to the 3 times 3 to what power? Well, we see the y is going to get times the c, so it's times the number that is in front. So we're going to multiply 3 to the 5th power, because the 3 came with the 5, and the 7 comes with the 3. Okay, so they match up together. So now we could go like this. We could take the logarithm base 8 of, you might as well leave it like this, but if you really wanted to expand it, you could do 343 times, what's 3 to the 5th? Well, we saw 3 to the 4th was 81, right? And so 3 to the 5th is 81 times 3, and that made 243. So this is the square root, actually, it's logarithm base 8 of 343 times 243. We're going to have to do some multiplication to get that through right there. So go ahead, all right, go work out this calculation real quick in your calculator. Do 343 times what? 243. And what do you get? 343 times 243 makes 83,349. Okay? So what we've done, we haven't found what number that I have to take 8 to get 83,000, all right? That's really not the issue. In this problem, what they're asking you to do is to condense them and just write it as one single logarithm, all right? A very useful tool to help us solve logarithmic equations that we're going to see later on in the semester. So let's practice another example, all right? We're going to keep going through these, and we're going to practice using this. But like we said, you just multiply the numbers in front, and then they're going to get raised to the exponent that goes with that logarithmic term that they were in. So let's try the next one. All right, so we're going to condense it a lot quicker now. We see they mash up. There's x's, there's 6's, right? So we're going to have log base 6 of this thing right here, y, times x. So we have xy in here, right? And now all we have to do is put exponents on it. So what exponent does x get? Well, it gets 24, right? Because 24 is in the term with x. So we put x to the 24. And now y is going to get raised up to the 4 power. Because y is in that term with the 4 log. So this is the end of your problem. We really can't expand that or combine those because these are different bases, so they don't add up to 28 or anything. The problem just stays like that, and that's the answer that you have. So let's practice one more time, and then I'm going to let you guys actually try on yourself, all right, for a second. So let's do logarithm, all right? And we know we're condensing them, okay? And you can only condense them when you're adding them and you have the same base, all right? Do we have the same base? Yeah, it looks like we have 6 both times. So let's put a 6 down here for our base, but we know we have to multiply these terms that are in front, right? We have y and x again. So we have xy in here. And now let's raise them to our exponents. Well, x comes in the term with the 6. So I'm going to raise x to the 6. And y comes with the 4. So I'm going to put y to the 4th. And that's the end of that problem, okay? I'm going to give you guys a second to copy that down. And then I'm going to click off the next problem. We're going to try that for ourselves. So please try this one to make sure that you got me, all right? If you don't get it, go back, rewind the other 2 right now, watch those 3 problems again. And before you try this one, if it doesn't make any sense, and just try to watch what's going on, okay? So at any rate, go ahead, press pause, and work this problem out right now, okay? And if you're back, we're going to see how you did. So we got logarithm base 2, because look, the 2's match up, right? And we have this xy thing again, so we know we're going to put x and y in here. And now I have to raise x to the 6th power and raise y to the 3rd power, all right? 6 looks a little like a 4, so I want to fix it. Oops, sorry, starboard. You guys are used to this, right? I don't want to cut off the video, so just sit through this part. So we got what we needed to have. This should be a 6 right there, right? So I want to make sure that we change that to, sorry guys. Said the eraser doesn't want to work. This should be a 6. I'm trying to get rid of it because it looks like a 4. Let me get the eraser. Oh, my eraser disappeared too. So I'm going to erase that real quick. And now, oh, did I put a 4? Nope. Is that supposed to be a 4? What's it supposed to be, guys? Yeah, it looked like a 4. That's why I was changing it, right? So let's put a 6, okay? And that's the end of this problem. Sorry it took me so long to fix that, but I don't want to cut off the video or nothing. So let's just go ahead and practice problems like that are on your practice final that I gave you. And now we're going to try to learn the next formula, all right? There's one more formula that we're going to learn how to use. And it's the opposite of this. You can use it when you have a minus instead of a plus. So be sure that you focus on that right now, okay? So like I just said, we have a minus now instead of a plus. So our old formula does not apply for this one, okay? But we can still condense them. We just have to use a new formula that we're going to learn right now, okay? And we're going to set it up the same way. A log base b of x. Well, not plus, right? What did we say we're going to do this time? We're learning minus, okay? So if we have minus c times log b to the y, sorry guys, phone call, sorry. All right, it's my birthday, so everyone's calling. So we got log base b of, we're going to take our parentheses again, and in this parentheses we're going to divide 2 numbers, all right? We're going to divide x, that goes on top, and the one that we're subtracting, we have minus c log b base b of y. So the y is going to end up going on bottom. Remember last time we multiplied these 2, right? Well now, when it's a minus, you just divide them. But you have to make sure that the y is on the bottom. So the thing that you subtract is the one on bottom. Okay, you have to make sure you do it like that. Now we have to put our exponents on our numbers again. So if that's a, we know x is going to go to the a power, and if you're used to it already, you should know that y is going to go up to the c power. And that part kind of works the same as the last problem did. The only thing that changes, instead of multiplying them, now we divide them. Okay, so let's do this problem right here. Right, we have this still on the board. So we know this is going to be equal to log base 9 of, well, the u comes first, and what am I dividing by? By the thing that we minused, right? And so we minus 24 log 9v. So I'm going to put v on the bottom. Okay, now we just put our exponents. So u came with the 6, so I put u to the 6, and v came with the 24, so we put v with the 24. And then you have this problem done, all right? So this is the way you do the new ones, all right? Just remember that the minus changes into a fraction like this, where the second thing that you subtracted has to be on the bottom, all right? Let's practice another one. So, here we go. Let's set it up. Do we have the same log? It seems like we have the same base, right? So it's okay. We can condense these, all right? If there were different numbers there, you could not condense them, actually. So it's very important that you notice that you can only use these formulas when those numbers, the base is exactly the same, okay? So that's why this is log base 6, all right? And then now we put in here our x, and that's divided by y. Because now remember, we have the minus. This is not the plus example. When you have a minus, you have to divide them when you combine. And we have to remember to raise x to the 4th power. And remember to raise y to the 2nd power. Okay? Just like that, and you have the problem that we started with. If you really think about it, it's not that different from the last one, because if you really write it in the same form, right, like log base 6, I could put x to the 4th power times y to the, well, it's not a positive 2, it's a negative 2. So I'd have to bring y to the negative 2 power. But hey, what does the negative power mean? Well, that means 1 over y squared, right? Y to the negative 2 equals 1 over y to the positive 2. So this is the same thing. This is the same thing as x to the 4th over y squared, right? So if you remember to use the negative exponent when you have a minus there, you can use the last rule that we learned. It's not that different, okay? Or if you want to just remember to change that negative to a positive and just put it on bottom, you could do that too. There's 2 ways of looking at this problem, all right? So now let's try number 7. I want you guys to press pause real fast, stop it, and try out this one, okay? And I guess I'm done waiting, so let's check it out, all right? We got log base 7, and they're subtracting, right? So we have a, this number, divided by the second number, b. And then just put the exponents on. So it's going to be a to the 4th, and it's going to be b to the 16th, all right? Hope you're getting the hang of this. I hope you got that one right, okay? And that's the final form again, right? That's just the way you leave it. So let's do this one, number 8, all right? I'm going to let you guys take a break real quick and pause it and do this problem right now, and I'll wait. And let's check to see if you got it right, okay? Let's go. So you should have log base 5, all right? Because let's check if they match up. Well, that's a 5 and that's a 5. Cool. That means that we can condense them using the formula that we've been using. So we know it's going to be 11 on top of our fraction, and on bottom, I'm going to have 10. Now all we have to do is put our exponents. So it's going to be 11 to what power? 11 to the 12. And it's going to be 10 to what power? The 4. So we can leave our answer in this form right here. It's probably the most tight and condensed form. Anything else is going to get a really big number that we probably wouldn't even recognize as 11 to the 12th power. So just go ahead and leave your answers like this when they come out, all right? Unless the multiple choice test tells you that you have to, really have a number on top and bottom, then multiply it out. Otherwise, this is totally acceptable for my class, all right? So Good luck practicing for these problems. Watch this video over again if you didn't get it. I'm sure if you try it again one more time, you'll get it on your own, alright? Good luck, guys.